Welcome to At the Table,
where we are connecting entrepreneurs, discovering missions, and building communities with purpose, body, soul, mind, and business with
Charlie
and Heather.
with Women in Leadership.
Welcome back to At the Table. I'm very excited to have a guest on today. Well, I guess we do that every Friday, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a while. It feels like it feels like because I feel like we've been doing a lot of in studio people. So I haven't interviewed somebody on the computer in a while. It feels weird, but it's a little far for us to be in the same room. And I would like it if you would help me in welcoming the kind-hearted, community-centered, coachable, coaching, wonderful being Billi Getz to the table.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Thank you for finally actually having time to come on, because I know we've been talking about this for a very long time.
Like a year.
Yeah.
Like a year.
Yeah.
And so we've been really looking forward to having you on our podcast, Billi. So I know things have shifted and changed for you over the last couple of years. So give us a little bit of an update at where you are now and what it is you're doing.
Okay, so I'm still in the online space, but let me introduce myself first. My name is Billi Getz for everybody that's watching. I am in online sales, but also I really love specializing in helping women understand the process of going through menopause and those not so pleasant things that go along with it and helping to relieve those. So in the process of really digging into those, it's from my own experience and from in-depth research, because let's face it, a lot of people, and I've talked to a lot of women about this, when they're younger, their mothers do not discuss this with them. So when it gets to that point in their life, they just kind of don't even know what to do. Like, what if the heck is happening to me? So that's where I come in. I kind of coach women along and listen to their struggles and help them find solutions to those problems in the online space.
That's so awesome.
That is awesome. And I love that you not only build community online, but you also build community offline. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Yes. Okay. So about 3 years ago, I had been doing some online auction, I'll call it. And it was
like the air quotes you use.
I know. I mean, people know what traditional auctions are. They go to an auction, they get a number. If they want something, they put the number up and they bid on it. I had been going to an online auction. It was a group setting, but it was in a neighboring town. So I would bid on stuff in the group, and then I would have to drive 40 minutes away to meet the people that I bid on their stuff. And I thought, man, there's such a need for this here. I can't be the only one that wants to get rid of my stuff or wants to replace some of that old stuff with new to me things. So I presented it to my audience on Facebook, and I said, hey, anybody local to me, would you be interested in maybe setting up an online auction group? Like, is anybody else interested, or is it just me? And I'm telling you, I just got flooded with people like, yes, I want to do this. We need this. So we don't have to worry about setting up yard sale, whatever. So it was me and about 9 other people. We started it, had that first week, and it was really good. And then they started telling all their friends. Oh my gosh, within a month, we were up to, it was about 800 or 900 people in the community. So it's just, awesome. It's so fun. It's a really fun way. And we actually look at it as every single week, it gives us time to meet with our friends. Even though it's only a short time frame, it's still something social that we can go and do, so we don't feel like we're cooped up, especially in the wintertime. It gives us a lot of friendly faces to see and talk to. So
I love the concept that we were talking about earlier, that like you guys literally all meet up in a parking lot between this time and this time, and you all swap stuff around, and then you leave. It's like a quick swap meet. Everybody just shows up, swaps their stuff with who they need to swap with, and then leaves. But then it also creates a safe place to do that.
Right. You're not alone meeting someone in a parking lot to exchange something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's come up in conversation too. People wanted to meet different places and stuff. And I'm like, you do what you want to do, but I feel like having us all together like this is a lot safer. And I'll never forget one of the first meetups that we had where it started accumulating, and we probably had 100 cars. It was so funny to watch the people going along the highway, looking down into the parking lot at us, and they're just like, what are all these people doing with their trunks open?
Trunk or treat.
we had truckers honking their horns at us, and just people drove down to find out what we were doing. They're like, what's going on down here? So, and people would send them my way. They're like, they said you're in charge. What is that? I said, well, are you local? If you're local, I'll add you to the group and you can find out for yourself.
How fun.
That is fun.
What a great way to bring to that authentic humanness from being online and then into the community, and then also keeping the finances in your local community, right? Because we talk about supporting local. This literally gives people money exchange in your local town. Then you can go, and that ripple effect, right? Like of keeping it local.
Oh yeah, definitely. And while we're on the subject of that, so we started something new this year. Actually, we started it at probably about the beginning of winter. The church parking lot where we meet at now, they have a donor that will any tithes that are turned into the church, they will match it. So what we do now is every person that meets up on Saturday, they give $1. So that, and at the end of the month, we give that, and then they'll match it up to I think it's up to $1 million that will match it. Wow. So every month we give them, I don't know, it's probably around $500-$600. So they're matching that.
That's awesome.
What?
And
then you're really supporting too, those heartfelt causes, because that's like always something that we talk about is, we got to give where our hearts are. And what a nice piece to add in there. Like, thank you for the parking lot. It's just a buck at a time. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah. And that's what we told our members too. Look, we have a safe place to meet, and this is a place for you to get rid of your stuff and have treasures for everybody else. Surely you can give $1. And then with them matching it, it's just a no-brainer. People don't even complain about it at all.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
That is really cool.
Do people choose to sometimes donate more, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
That is really cool.
That's awesome. That's really great too, because you think about the like tithing and that whole, like if you're giving back 10%, like that's really cool.
Yeah. And we always talk about giving back to the community and what that might look like. And for some people, it's tithing 10% of their income to the church. Well, if that's not a good fit for you, there's many other ways to give back to the community. And it doesn't have to be dollars to the church either. So just keep it like, but I love that you are giving back to the community in so many different ways.
It's a really good feeling. It's very rewarding.
Speaking of another way you give back to your community. So you have a whole community of us that you can't meet in person. We're not local. I'm one of those. And you are so giving in kind.
Far across the country.
We're on the other side. I can't even throw an apple that far, right? I wasn't sure which way from where I'm at. Okay. So I tossed you an apple, but but it won't reach you. I'll have to get that airplane that just went over to deliver. One thing I really love about you is you are very supportive in helping somebody figure out how to show up online when they're brand new, but you're also really good at saying, okay, now that you know, you do you figure out you, but you come to me and I'll tell you something to do. And one of the things I personally went to you for was for TikTok. When we were working on growing our TikTok reach for the podcast, I was like, you're who I went to, and everything you told me to do was legitimate. Grew us to 1,000 followers. We're down a little bit, but that's okay, because that was, you know,
we've been in a shift.
We've been shifting, right? Because we've moved into not doing 4 full podcasts a week, but still showing up in 4 different ways. Doing 2 podcasts a week, and then helping our community in different ways.
And now you're teaching the social media skills to others.
Yeah. Right? So it's like, we keep just remembering that we just keep, you know, knowledge isn't owned. So it's so awesome. So what am I asking? So I'm going to say TikTok because it's not something that I've talked about really a whole lot. And so would you mind giving like a couple of TikTok tips?
Sure. And like you had said that you took my advice before and you guys grew it to 1,000. Just to kind of elaborate on that to people that might not know, once you reach 1,000 followers on TikTok, that gives you the ability to, number one, go live. To number two, if you have a link where you're selling something, then you're able to put that link in your bio and people can go and check out your website. So even if it's just like an informational video that you want them to check out, maybe it's your podcast, you know, an episode of your podcast that you want people to see. But those are the 2 main things about growing it to 1,000. And know that you said it decreased a little bit. Know that people follow and then maybe their likes change. You know, maybe the stuff that you're posting is not relatable to them anymore. That's okay, because you want people on there that are going to relate to your stuff. Yeah. So I guess biggest tips for TikTok: consistent. I know this is like beating a dead horse. Everybody says consistency. But I find personally that if I post 3 TikToks a day, and I know that seems like a lot, but honestly, it's not a lot. If I post 3 TikToks a day, I'm consistently growing by at least 100 followers a day, at least. And
that's cool.
Those, I usually try to time them out about 2 to 3 hours apart. And my best time, everybody has their own best times. My best times are in the evening. So if I put, say I put one on at 6 p.m. and then again at 8 p.m. and then again at 10 p.m. and go to bed, those 3 TikToks usually do pretty well overnight. And then the next day I'll do the same thing. So I batch a lot of my content. That's another one of my big tips is I will take, I do a lot of B-roll video, and I don't know if you know the difference between the A-roll and the B-roll. The A-roll is my things that I'm giving value with. They're videos that I am actually putting out where I'm giving tips or I'm teaching something or I'm educating somebody about maybe ingredients or something like that, you know. B-roll is I just set my phone up somewhere and I'm recording me doing my daily activities. It can be vacuuming the living room or walking outside or, you know, set it up here while I'm working during the day. Those are just I call those B-roll. And the fun thing about TikTok is you can now take, there's an app called CapCut, and TikTok and CapCut have now, gotten together and they said, oh, if you use my app, I will push your stuff out further. So if you take one of those B-roll videos and stick it in CapCut, you can literally make like 15 videos from that short amount of video, there's 15 new content. Put them in your drafts and add words to them, and there you go. So it's not as time consuming and as difficult as what people make it, I don't think. As long as you are consistently talking about the same things, your audience will grow. If you're all over the place and scattered, if today you're talking about lipstick and tomorrow you're talking about a supplement, and the next day you're talking about making money, and then the next day you throw in, owls or something, your audience is going to be so lost and you will not gain followers. So try to stay consistent on whatever subject that you're trying to reach people on, whatever level.
Would you say that TikTok is like, Facebook, we have like multiple pillars that we use.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say TikTok is more like use one or two? Like,
I would say one, and then if you have some sub pillars under it. And all I mean by that is, so I specialize in menopause, and when I do the menopause, there's certain supplements that help with menopause. Those would be my sub pillars. Okay. So I can still talk about menopause and then how this supplement helps menopause. So if that makes sense.
Yeah, that absolutely does.
Yeah.
Because
really on Facebook Reels, you can do anything and your reels are going to fly out. Some are going to go whoosh, some are going to go down, but there's no rhyme or reason to Facebook Reels.
Don't make any sense, but they're amazing. Agreed.
No, and social media is the best free marketing there is.
Oh,
definitely.
Let's talk about that.
Definitely. I mean, if you're not utilizing social media as an advertising platform, you're leaving money on the table. So let me just put it this way. If you say you put a video out and you only get 20 views and you're kicking yourself and saying, man, I only got 20 views. Think of it this way. If you would go to rent a hotel conference room and you have 20 people, 20 sets of eyeballs in there listening to your spiel on whatever you're talking about, that's 20 people. Mm-hmm. You're doing this for free. You're not renting a hotel conference room. You're not having to get the people there. You're literally putting a 7-second video on a platform and you're getting 20 sets of eyeballs on you. Do not beat yourself up over that. That's free advertising. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just think of the millions and billions of people that you could get before, on that on those platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Billions. There's billions of people out there.
Right.
And and you can marry your online, what you're doing online, and your in-person things, and using it, you're authentic, you're yourself, then it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't feel weird when you're in person.
Right. And if I could just take that a step further, TikTok now has stories just like Facebook does and Instagram. So I am finding that my TikTok audience is loving seeing what I do in my everyday life that I put in my stories. So it's making me that much more real to them. Maybe they just saw, menopausal stuff and they found me for a supplement that I use for helping with that. But then they see, she has a garden, or, she likes to thrift shop at the Goodwill, something like that. It's relatable to them. Mm-hmm. So I love that they incorporated the stories now.
Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty cool.
It takes that
humanizes you
relationship part building, because that's the whole goal, is to build the relationships.
Right. Yeah, we are in the people business. We're not in, the makeup business or the supplement business or whatever your online business is. We're not in those particular businesses. We are in the people business.
Yes.
Well, no matter what your business is, you're in the people business.
Yeah. Right. You're in sales and marketing. Yeah. Marketing yourself.
Yeah, that's another thing that drives me nuts. If I could go on a little tiny rant.
Yeah.
Rant away.
Let me get the soapbox just a second. Okay. Here you go. There you go.
When people join a business and they say, oh, but I don't want to sell to anyone. I just want to share. But you know what? You're in sales. You're in sales. Does Walmart feel bad for putting a commercial on to sell their stuff? You should not feel bad either.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean? Like, we're in sales. We have to call it as such.
Yep. And guess what? If your friends don't know what you have to offer, how are they going to go to you for the thing that they already know they need?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And going back to the 20 people on the video, I always create my content to talk to one person.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm talking
That's
to
a
the
great
right
tip.
one
That's a great
person,
tip.
it doesn't matter if only 20 people saw it. Maybe those are the 20 right people that saw, you know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I love that you just said that. And that is something that I'm working on, because when I start a live video, by instinct, I always say, hey guys, or surprise you guys, I'm live. And instead of just talking to that one person. So that's something I've been working on that for a couple of years.
I always want to start out any video that I do like, hey, you guys. But I mean, does that date me? Maybe.
It cracks me up. I'm like, she did it. Hey, you guys. I can't help it. When she does it, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yes, agreed. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to, because I know what you mean. There's the certain ways that people say things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the phrase I'm tired of hearing is, I'm really passionate about.
Ooh.
I'm like, show me you're passionate. Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Tell your face, right? Tell your face to tell people how passionate you are.
I'm like, I like every time I'm like, okay, we can do better than this. Like, and that's how I think of, like, how could I elevate them so that they know, like, how to be in that next space of owning the passion instead of having to declare it.
Right. That's good.
Don't take it personally.
Right. The 4 agreements, man, that they just come up so much.
Yeah. Don't take it personally.
I still have not listened to that. You sent me that, I don't know how long ago, and now I cannot find the recording of it.
It's on our YouTube channel. You can go check it out there.
Charlie read the whole book on our YouTube
It's on
channel.
your YouTube channel?
It is on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Now. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
When I sent you a link, there wasn't that link there, but now you can go and hear Charlie read it to you.
Okay, cool.
So we finished up reading the 4 agreements right at the end of last year, so you don't have to go back in our weekly reading that far. And each week we read a chapter. And right now we're reading You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay and The Secret Power of Yoga by Nicola Joy DeVee. And surprisingly, they go really well together. Like, we didn't even plan it that way, but it did. And of course, check it out on YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel.
That's cool.
We actually, when we started the year, we decided on what all of our books for the year are going to be for reading with the podcast. So we read on Sunday, and then on Monday we discuss about it. We discuss.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
That's so cool. So I intended to do that for this whole entire year. So the month of January, me and a friend read Atomic Habits. We did 10 pages a day, and then we would discuss it at the end of the day. Toward the end of the month, she got really busy with, she's an instructor, and she was pulled between 2 different places that she was teaching.
Life was lifing.
That's what we call it. Life.
What's that?
Life was lifing.
Oh yeah. And so we decided to wait the month of February, just do our own thing until things get settled down. So right now I'm reading the Dummies for Menopause, or Menopause for Dummies, maybe Menopause for Dummies, just so I can get a little bit more familiar, because I do teach on that area. There's some things in there that I did not know that I'm learning. So
that's always
it's always good to stay up on the things that you know that you're trying to help people with.
That's like Social Media Wednesdays for me. I get all excited because I'm like, cool, I'm going to deep dive into a subject and then talk about it for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, so she'll go and read like 10 articles and
put it together and talk about it and get it I get really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that helps with retention too. It helps you remember stuff
Mhm.
and get different perspectives on things whenever you're reading that many different things.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I do like to examine things. So,
Oh,
and then I know
Yeah.
things like, you know, it piles up, right? Like,
Mhm.
and I've been working on stepping into my own intelligence and understanding my own intelligence. So I'm really enjoying that for that aspect as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's cool.
So cool.
Billi, we have so many tips from you today, and it's just been an amazing chat with you. 20 minutes goes by really, really fast, you guys.
Yeah, it sure does.
There's so much
And I
more
know
that we
I can talk about stuff forever, so
I
I know.
know. And I feel like we could, talk to you forever. So here's the deal. We're just going to have you back for another visit.
Okay, you don't
Yes.
have to push my arm.
And
ow, stop.
and we're just gonna make it happen again a little later on down the road, and we'll schedule that at a later time. But it's been a joy and a pleasure to have you with us today, Billi. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming and talking to us. And for those listeners, I hope you share what you learned today. We went over so many
What
things.
was your favorite nugget today? Because we
what's
just
your
kept
favorite
dropping them, just
Yeah.
being in the moment and talking about, drop a nugget. And thank you, Billi. And thank you, audience.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We love you. Stay tuned for the cause of the quarter.
Namaste.
Mwah.
And now networking. We help these young women transition from high school into college. And ours is a unique program because we are helping them each year of college till they get that bachelor's degree or go into their chosen career. And so that mentorship goes on through college and actually after college, because what we have is we have 2 phases in our program. And that first one is getting them through high school to college to their career. And once they're in their career, they're a Now member forever with a free membership. And we have mentors in place, business coaches that help them to learn the essential skills to run an effective business. And so the mentoring goes on, the relationship goes on, and I'm sure that they will eventually also be mentors to the new kids coming into our program.
We take the mystery and pain out of social media consistency for your business, giving you back time to shine in your zone of genius. Social media is the new branding. It deserves its own attention, thought, and effort. Yet so few businesses actually take this seriously and invest enough time on their strategy. We can do it for you at an affordable rate that will fit into your budget and allow you to pursue other revenue channels as well. The hardest part of social media management is keeping up the consistency to be seen and know what to post, when to post. Are you ready to have everything ready to go for you, saving you time and energy by not having to do it all yourself? Still getting your message out so that people get to know you, like you, and develop trust while opening yourself up to more time for the business of your business where you shine. Working with Women in Leadership, BSMB LLP, is a unique experience that bridges the gap from face-to-face to virtual relationship marketing. Not only do we love to help you shine on social media, we love to share tools to help you grow with us, body, soul, mind, and business. Check out our podcast and YouTube channel for Mindset Mondays, Social Media Training Wednesdays, business interviews and special topics on Fridays, and weekly readings on Sundays. To schedule your consultation or podcast interview, head to our website, www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get our weekly readings on Sunday, our podcast, Mindset Monday, Social Media Training with Heather on Wednesdays with a live Q&A, and guest interviews and special topics on Fridays. Thank you for joining us. Find out more and schedule with us online at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com where you have a spot at the table. Thank you for joining in on the fun. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.